So you guys are going to see a lot. TikTok, it's not smoke. What do you think I'm smoking? Milo, it looks like I skinned your brother with these gloves. Mittens. Afternoon, holy shit, it is. You can't see me? I'm right here. So, for starters, I am going to bang out the waters by themselves. The reason is they're going to be very, very... I do have my vest on. Boston. Well, I'm up in Vermont. It is warming up. I think it is like 2 degrees Fahrenheit. Super sunny. If I was out in the wind, it wouldn't be so pleasant, but it's actually pretty nice. I would definitely take days like this over a cold 31. One of my favorite things about days like these is that most people don't like to go out in them, so you can be alone. So I used to not have running water in the barn, and I had to bang out the bucket. I would go down to the watering trough, and I would put it there. I would bang them out in there, so that way I didn't have to keep refilling them, because I didn't have a watering trough, or I didn't have a spigot there, and I didn't have a spigot up here. So that kind of really sucked, but now it doesn't, so it's not such bad. Got water in the barn, got a water spigot. The rubber ones are weird because they expand a little bit. Yeah, you can beat the shit out of them, but it doesn't tend to like disconnect from the sides. It is very critical you don't bang the buckets too hard, or else you break them. Okay, I said I was going to do all the water first, so we might as well stick to that. Yeah, it feels a little silly. I really hate doing things in like an unproductive way. I say that and then I have 2 tripods around while doing all my chores. Kind of a oxymoron. buckets because I keep breaking them. Ow. Oh my God. Well, you guys all just watch that. Fuck, that hurt. So that was fun. I don't know how many of you guys just watched me take myself out with a hammer, but that felt really stupid. I don't know if you want to consider it cold, but it is 2 degrees out Fahrenheit. We're up. It was -9. So, you know, improvements. Let's get you guys straight back up. Hello, hello. Ooh, gotta open that. Hello. Is it cold enough for you? Yes. Kind of enjoy it. It's okay. It's not like good for you to hang out in the cold every now and again. No, you didn't drink a lot of water. That's not good. Why do you like this blue bucket? Most of what we were getting was like 28 degrees with a feels like a 5. And I kind of find that funny because the fact that, like, yeah, you could tell it wasn't really that fucking cold out because the buckets weren't frozen, but we were, humans are. And now you can tell it's nice and cold because of that. So I do not have water heaters for inside. The reason I don't have water heaters inside is I want 2 water buckets for each horse. I do normally bring 0, but I want 2 water buckets for each horse, and I want 3 for the pregnant mares. That would get me a grand total of 20 water buckets with heaters. 20 heating water buckets. 20 options of something catching on fire in my barn. So no, I do not like water heaters. That's all right. I don't mind the ice. Okay, if we're being honest here, it's really fucking satisfying. Yeah. I also just got my electric bill after having 3 heaters on outside. The lights on for the mares starting at 1 a.m. to 8 a.m. And a couple other things going on. I mean, Christmas lights, etc., etc. $500. So could you imagine if I had 20 water heaters? Ooh. Let's end up with a bucket of water. And keep the Titanic. Be telling Jack I'm fucking cold. think you can beat them harder because they're rubber, but like you have to because they're rubber. Last one, and then I get to start shoveling the actual shit, which is going to be really nice. Okay. Let's also take a peek-sies. You guys want to see the horsies? A rubber bucket. Yes, that's what I just yelled out. It was a rubber one. Here, you guys can enjoy staring at the horsies. Which most of them are sunbathing. So. I told myself if I get through chores, I can get out my camera and just go get some photos of them. I really don't fight them in the snow. Who doesn't? I don't really know what the view looks like exactly, but you guys can see them out there. What's my temp at? I think we got up to 2. Honestly, in the sun, it's pretty nice. I'd love to get some photos, though, of the horses with the steam. I just have to get through chores first. All right, now to dump this giant blob of water. Where is a good question. Valentine's Day, it's coming up. I'm not needing those gloves anymore. It is heating up. I'm not exactly sure where the best place to dump this is. Okay, artichokes, who's ready to watch some stall cleaning? Super boring, so please come up with fun questions for me to answer so that way we can have a good time, right? Because it is not nice. I was getting all tangled up with the ideas of breeding season until, this kicked in. I'm very glad to be not a mare's derriere right now. So, are you guys all staying in, staying warm? I know across the country, it is really, depends on where you are, what it is. You can hear the snow when you walk outside. Tell me that it's cold. That's a great way. Squeaky snow. Squeaky snow is very cold, and it is very textured, and it does. It squeaks when you step on it. Squeak, squeak. But I don't have anything really against the horse, but this is Roxanne's area, and she is honestly a fucking hog. She's the only one that is a hog here. But yeah, hey Paul. It's a little chilly out. So, 2 degrees Fahrenheit. Some shit like that. It's not bad in the sun, but me right now, not in the sun. It ain't that pleasant. This is my favorite. I like wearing this. Hey, Jamie, every single day, same thing. So I actually really like the skirt over wearing bibs and coveralls because it's only on my hips instead of weighing me down everywhere. It also, like when I go to bend and squat, a lot more movement. It also is super repelling. I can't believe how many people are like shocked. They're like, oh my God, you're so dressed up in the barn, I could never, blah, 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 blah. Guys, I'm wearing a fucking tarp. It's an insulated tarp, that's all it is. So this is Tilly's stall. I don't remember Tilly always being this organized, but she has been really easy to clean up after. She's had some really nice videos of her lately. I think she's finally going to come around to sort of what we needed while permanently having this like hitch in her step. And that hitch in her step is always going to be ugly, make it so she's not a great, like, I don't know, cart horse or in-hand horse. Somewhere where she could be zeroed out. However, she does have a lot of other traits going for her. And I do really hope that that hitch goes away the more I work with her. We'll see how that goes. So, something I'm looking forward to this year. crazy, talking about possibly adding another horse to the hitch, new hitch horse. We'll see how it goes. I can work with quite a few things. So like I'm a little nervous about getting another one. Kind of comes with a bit of a spicy background. She's a little older and a little less trained than most things in my barn. For those who don't know, I tend to break out my own colts a little bit ahead of most people. I'm also like half the size of most people, so it's easier. What's up, Strong Girl? Michaela, I do know your name. It's going. How are you up there? You're a little colder than I am. It's like sunny, not windy. Pretty nice here. Sorry about that. Thank you. It's really not that bad. I'd take this over that damp 20 that feels like 5. Cold and snowy. Well, I'm obviously not bare-legged under the skirt. Under the skirt, I have some long underwear, and then I have some insulated riding joggers, which are essentially form-fitted sweatpants. So, not windy right now. Yeah, it's not windy, so I don't really give a fuck. Windy day could ruin an absolutely gorgeous summer day. I don't know. Wind just sucks. Nope. It was a mineral block, but now I use them for drain. So they love emptying those. We like hang them outside and they'll fight for them. And then when we're done, it makes an excellent grain bin. So I don't leave it in with them all the time. I think one of my friends had the best idea set up where you leave a mineral block, one of these things, somewhere where the horses walk through to, but don't stay. So for me, I push them all out back. I put it somewhere in the alley where they can get 5, 10, 15 minutes at it. and then be done, because horses can get cavities just the same as we can. So if you do leave a block of molasses somewhere that they can just keep consuming a block of molasses, they're gonna get that. Curious the color it lasts. Honestly, dude, I got dressed so long ago. I don't, blue. Dark blue. My love's horses. Oh, you have to pull the tooth out, Paul. If a horse gets a cavity, you just have to pull the tooth out, which is not good. You don't want to pull teeth in general. Again, I'm actually a dental assistant, not just on that content page. And losing any tooth, one, it happens. Now replacing it's the problem. Your teeth will all adjust in a way that they don't bite down the same, then you'll lose more. And that's what happens with horses. Down. 7 to go. Yeah, just don't shake some healthy minerals on their feed. I mean, it's okay. It's just not, especially being youngsters, they don't really need that. When you count down. All right. Now to the middle. when you come past us, you die. How's everyone doing? Especially in cold weather. I like it. Give them salt. Loose grain salt. Loose grain salt will save your horse's fucking ass. Give them loose grain salt. The reason I say loose grain is because they don't actually have a tongue like a cow designed to get texture and pull up. Instead, loose grain salt actually gets into their system. Get selenium loose grain salt is what I feed out. And they will like move it to the side. If they've had enough, they've had enough. But loose grain salt is where it's at. That is the stuff. The irony, things I am thinking of right now, because I swear my ticker's ticking, it's just like fucking cold. Just add it to their feed. I am planning on making a video on what to put in your mare's foaling box, whether you have 1 horse or 12 horses coming. The reason is because if you got 12 coming, and God forbid, hopefully everything goes well, you got your things going, whatever, you might not need them for all of them. But if you have that 1 foal that means the world to you, and you're not prepared for the worst case scenario, which I have survived through, my worst case scenario, anything worse than what I went through is honestly like just not making it. You want to make sure that you are set up for the best and the worst possible. What's the worst thing that happens? You are overly prepared. The best thing that happens is you save a red bag full. I don't do a lot of things right, and I'm not fucking perfect, but I can tell you one thing, I can keep a foal alive. The worst thing I went through was called the red bag foaling, where their placenta has already separated from the uterus wall and is coming out first. So it sucks. It means that the foal is no longer getting oxygen, and that every second it stays in its mother without getting oxygen is another obvious second that it could die. So the next thing that I am most ready for but don't want to deal with is called the breech filly, or breech colt, which is where they're coming out backwards, or pretty much any direction besides feet first. In those cases, unless somehow you really get that fucker out in time, that's also a dead horse. So if you want to know what color, you're just going to have to go see what I look like without all these layers on in bed on my page. I don't have a way to show it. I think this is Ellie's stall. I might even give myself a little motivation that if I get through this, I don't know which one of these will tell me. Hang on. Oh, God. It is not 2 degrees out. It is back down to 0. I was so optimistic. I felt so warm. Kind of pussing out as it slowly gets colder, and I'm actually sort of sweating in some areas and get colder in others, and it's a very frustrating time. I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do is get through this stall, 2 others, and then give myself a little break by going in and grabbing my camera. For those who don't know, the whole reason I started what I started was because I love photography. I love photography. Love taking photos of people. Mix it up with a little sexy. Then I had a lot of photos of myself as well. And that's how I started my page. But I do love winter photography. I love the horses in the snow. And I think that today, every breath they take is just expelling warm air into the air. And it's like causing these amazing looking steam. And I think I just really want to go get some photos of that before I freeze to death. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to freeze to death. But before I get too fucking cold. I know I had a lot of people say that they were scared for me, blah, blah, blah. First off, there's no wind. So that's kind of cool. But first off, second off, I don't know. I can't think. It is starting right here. I'm getting like a little sparkling snowflake, which means you can get frostbite. Wind damage pretty bad. So that's not that pretty right now to heal. YOLO, it is what it is. I definitely prefer this though over it's warmer but feels colder. It definitely doesn't feel like it's 0. I mean, I told you guys, I thought it was 2. So I've been doing chores, stalls, cleaning, up after horses, well over half my life. I did not grow up on a farm. I was not raised on a farm. Sorry for those who already know this. My dad was a mechanic before he retired with Parkinson's. And my mom is a office lady. And so I didn't like grow into this, okay? Should have a hoodie on too. Dude, how many more layers do you want? I got a sweatshirt, got a fleece. I think I don't have anything underneath that. No, just got a sweatshirt, a fleece, earmuffs, hat, scarf. I do have a tank top on underneath that. I ain't got a new bra on, not in this weather. I can only deal with one thing, and it ain't gonna be that. So anyhow, I did not grow up on a farm. I was raised, and then later in life got horses. And this one time, working at a hunter jumper barn with my sister. And I'm talking about how, here we go, like, we're doing great, guys, it's above freezing. They didn't have the heart to tell me that it was very, very far from away from freezing. What I was cheering about was it was above 0 for the first time in 5 days. They let me celebrate. They didn't tell me. They both looked at each other and just let it pass, because I proceeded to turn to a bucket that was solid frozen with ice and go to bang it out. And I turned and I went, shit, it's not above freezing. It's just above 0. So in Celsius, that's the same thing. But not up here in the middle, or down here. Over here, wherever you guys are, just Celsius, aka everywhere else. You guys are. So, thanks guys. Gonna keep going. this is Finley's little stall. A little organized twat. She's such a good girl. So, my ear mask is fun. Sorry, I got different colors coming. Gloves. Every now and again, I feel like a rip, and you can hear the hairs getting pulled out. And I don't love ruining things by any means. However, I would rather spend hours wearing them than I would having them not. These are very warm. Something about the hat that keeps them pinned to them makes it extra warm, because sometimes I wear them without that. But my gosh, this just adds a little extra oomph to that situation. All right, I want to get a feel for the kind of people who are following. What do you do for work? Could you imagine? I don't even know how you'd be able to smoke and keep up doing this. I mean, besides you light the fucking barn on fire, but that's a whole nother story. The comment was who's smoking. Obviously, I'm not. I'm just trying to breathe in the dead ass winter. It is 0. And they're brown, but they do look black. I gotta give you that. I do have black ones, but they don't have cusp. And obviously, I like things with a little bit of flair. A little bit of flair and a little bit of fuzz. We all know my horse's feet are hairy. You guys are never gonna believe that I stayed up until 1 o'clock last night. Oopsies. That sort of is, but retired now, drive log truck. Because you're bored as fuck, that would be kind of me. I used to work for one of my friends' dispensary, and now I'm back into the school for a vet. Cool. Oh, those are totally different. I don't think I could do retirement. During COVID, I didn't have either my bar job or my dental assisting job. And actually, lo and behold, that was before this started. Anybody else just hear a whistle? I thought I did. Okay. I am losing my mind. It's undoubtedly something squeaked in the snow. Anyhow, yeah, I also did not have my fan page. So, and you guys are never gonna believe this, but I'm gonna say it, and I promise on my fool's grave, it's true. I didn't get TikTok. I didn't have TikTok for a long time during that. I think my first TikTok I had was late 2020. possibly 2021. Wasn't my thing. My sister got it though. She still has her original TikTok. I do not. Mine died. I got banned a couple times actually. I look Amish today. Isn't that weird? You put one little tarp on, and boom, people think I'm Amish. It's crazy. Waiting for the freeze to get there. Thank you. I do. I'm very paranoid, very OCD about how my skulls are done. It's not easy for when people ask if like they can come help or whatever. I'm like, no. I'm very particular. However, I am going to give myself the good gosh graces that after this one, I'm going to go grab my camera and play with my ponies for a little bit. Because I can't actually do anything with them. Can't breathe. I can't train. She's shedding. I don't know why this week I thought Friday, I thought was Saturday. Today, I think it's Sunday. Trying to come up with what the hell to talk about for my Monday catch-up, but, you know, in all honesty, feels like a freeze. You know? Monday be like that. Or negative degrees be like that. It feels like there's a freeze on the farm when it's like this. Okay, so I will be doing a how much do I weigh video. We're gonna, you know, that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing for the rest of the day, is I'm going to be making different kind of YouTube videos that are not just the weekly catch-up update scenario. Like I just was rambling before I turned around. It feels a lot like the farm is on a freeze, which means there's a lot of other things to talk about during this. One of them is I want to get a video very shortly about how, what to pack for the foals. And then I'm also kind of want to explain to people how much I actually weigh right now and why winter chores tend to take a beating on me more than summer chores when I don't have to wear a fucking thing. Holy shit. Fuck balls. Oh my god. I'm in Vermont, in the United States, dying, apparently. That was really rough. I do need to get 2 buckets with covers, because I need one for washing the AV, or artificial vagina, for the studs, and I need another one for holding the placenta of the mares after they have pulled out. It's something I have to add to my Amazon wish list if anyone wants to spoil me and help me out on the farm. I feel like I should end up adding another list to the farm so that way people can kind of know the items I need and then also the items I use. I'm gonna run around a little bit after this. Actually pretty amazed that neither of the phones have froze yet. Yes, it is 0 degrees out. I thought we were doing better than that, but apparently we are not. Okay. Horses can be lower. Yeah, they are. The most. That's okay. I'm not afraid of a little bit of work. Or a lot. I'm not afraid of working, period. But, whew. Joe, that is a damn good question. I'm hoping to be able to go live for their foaling. In all honesty, the creepiest, like most taboo that I could imagine it would be mad about. Honestly, I won't have time to set up a live camera while they're giving birth, while it's coming out. That's not going to happen. I can tell you that's not going to happen because of the fact that it happens in less than the time it takes to drink a cup of coffee, which given I'm a little slow at, but that is super fast. So that, like, bada bing, bada boom, over with. And I won't have time for that. However, the next hours after, I probably will be able to. So I'm going to go grab my camera, get some photos of my horses, motivate me to finish this. I've got 3 more stalls. I don't feel like touching right now, and it's Saturday, so I get to take all day doing it. Be sure to look out for these photos coming up, though. I really, you know, on all the social media platforms that I love to use. It's always funny when it tells me, like, 0.9 cents. Okay. Thank you. Hope you guys, like, have a good day, too.